Welcome to the Soul Tide podcast. I'm Brecken.
And I'm Brittany. This is your space where we keep it raw, real, and 100% authentic.
Let's get Soul Tide, sis.
Welcome to Soul Tide, you guys. We have some pretty awesome women here with us today. You want to introduce them for us, Brett?
Yes, these are our good friends, Emily and Chelsea. Love them so much. I'm going to let them introduce themselves because who can do it best? But you guys have been our friends. Emily and I have been friends since high school. This is kind of a crazy full circle moment. Us doing a podcast together where we are at in our lives. And then I've just loved you ever since I've met you. It's been like 5 years, 4 years? I don't know.
Yeah.
But you guys are just badasses and we can't wait for everybody to get to know you. So just introduce yourself just a little bit. You don't have to go crazy.
Everybody's already looking at me like I'm awkward because I am. I shouldn't be up here, but here I am. No, I'm Chelsea. Do I have to say last name?
No.
Okay, anyways, from here.
Chelsea, you're crushing it. I promise. You're doing great.
Obviously, did not go to Mount View. I don't even know where you went to high school. From here.
Small cotton farming town.
There we go. Anyways, but grew up here.
No, it's great. What are you passionate about? Are you mom? Do you have,
I got 3 boys.
Yeah.
We all met through the gym. I was recently in California, but now back here. We're going to get into that later. Yeah, no, just love both of these guys so much. Would not be here if it were, literally would not be here, but these human beings are like so great. And I was just telling them like their real conversations with people are podcast content because it's like every single conversation I've had with both of you from the beginning, right, from the get-go has just been like real, authentic conversations of stuff that people don't want to talk about generally. So
we love to stir a pot.
yeah.
I also just have to say, since you switched it and changed it to us, that is Chelsea's personality. Very selfless.
Thank you. I was just going to say she's awkward. She feels uncomfortable. So she's going to compliment you because she doesn't know what to do with herself. So she's going to talk about how great you guys are the entire hour.
But that also just goes to show like how much you care about people.
Aw.
And like that's always how I viewed you. Like since the moment I saw you in gym class, just ripped out of your mind.
Brittany came to my
Seriously.
first class. Very, very first awkward class. Brittany was there.
It was
You
great.
were not even there. I think my nephews and
She didn't
Brittany.
invite me. She wouldn't
Nope.
let me come.
I did not let her come, actually.
You were not.
And she's right about it.
And I didn't know you were coming, and I was like, nobody normal is supposed to be here. Not that my nephews aren't normal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love
You
that.
weren't prepared.
I was not
Yeah,
prepared.
you were thrown off.
Yeah.
Kind of like when you found out you're supposed to be on camera. today.
100%. I thought I was just going to be talking.
You're crushing.
And here you are, crushing.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Okay, I'm Emily. I grew up in Mesa, went to Mount View. I grew up in Brecken. I literally, do you remember when we went on that date when I was dating my ex and you went out with somebody and we matched, we all wore matching colors?
Excuse me.
You want to know the best part is I don't remember half of my life. It's a trauma, I think. But
I'll send you the
it
picture
sounds-
later.
Please send it to me.
I have a picture. So my brother was obsessed with gangster tees. So every couple wore a matching outfit. Like I
Like
was
tall
in purple,
tee.
you were in red.
I think I remember this
Yes,
now.
I won't say his name over the camera who you went with. I already know. But I'll send you the picture later.
I want to know.
But yes.
Okay.
And I remember being like, oh my gosh, Brecken's here. Because we're a year apart. And you were like the cute girl that went to Highland. And then you moved to Mountain View. And I was so happy. And anyway, you were such a good friend and so cute and nice.
I've always loved you.
I feel the same way. It's weird how like people come in your life and then you're like people will be like, oh, do you know Brecken? I'm like, yeah, we're like really good friends. I'm like, well, okay, don't tell her that I said that.
I tell everyone that, so I'm
Yes,
glad it's
say
reciprocated.
You know, I'm like,
You're like, she doesn't think that.
literally,
but
I'm like, but I consider us really good friends, but don't repeat that back to her. But I love you forever. And you, I like
Yeah,
you
you're
are.
so sweet.
Now I see you all the time at Lifetime, and we're just like homies and in the locker room chilling.
That
catching up.
sounds a little sexual.
Well,
We're in the locker room.
That is the truth. There's not a thing that comes out of your mouth that you're like, that might be appropriate. But anyway,
You're in
I
good company.
freaking love both of you.
Yeah.
So
We love you guys.
We love
you're
you.
cousins, right?
Yeah, through marriage.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay,
what?
through
Yeah.
marriage.
Chan and her are like grew up like siblings.
Yeah.
My husband. Yeah.
So hers husband
Hers husband.
is more like my brother. I mean, I
Like
wouldn't
on
even
your
call.
mom's
Yeah.
side?
Yeah. Our moms are sisters.
Oh,
That is crazy.
Crazy, right?
Wait, we love Chandler, too.
yes.
The best.
He's a hoot.
When I'm teaching, he just waves at me from afar.
He loves you.
I love him.
But
He's
also,
so great.
can we talk about, he was on to us before
Yes.
anybody else. Yes.
on the microphone.
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
We can
Greg,
cut-
I forgot to tell you this.
I'm like,
I
bitch.
taught night classes.
Everyone knew?
Yes.
So
Wait,
I was
stop.
always there at night, and then she would come sometimes, and
Yeah.
we would be. This is when we. This is sorry.
No,
this
you're
is when we were just friends. We were.
Yeah,
And-
no.
Yeah.
You guys were for a long
We were
time.
a long
You were
time.
best
Yes.
friends.
And
Yes.
that's what's so weird is like, you know, when like you have like your best friends that like fight.
Yeah.
Like we fought. And usually at night class was
Fought.
like
Past
repairing.
tense.
Like we still fight.
Yeah, that's okay. It's just pure love.
It's
It's
fun.
like a burning
I mean,
passion.
It is. It's like passion, hormones.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's something I never did with anybody ever.
Mhm.
She is the only person that I
Yeah.
fight with that I'm like
Wow.
open and okay.
Well, she challenges you.
You feel safe enough.
And I feel safe
Yeah.
enough with her.
Yeah.
Like I have never, ever, ever in my entire life. So
Yeah,
lucky
and-
her.
That.
And
She is
it-
lucky, and so are you.
Because
Yeah.
the thing is like, I'm saying this with love, but like everybody knows this version of her.
Yeah.
And when we were just friends and not in a relationship, like I was watching these interactions, and it's like, I just was like, that's not who you fucking are. Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you like, it was so weird for me. And at the time, with where I was at in my life and my own insecurities and all that, like it would really rub me wrong. Like I'd be like, why are you doing that? Like, that's not who you are. Now, like years later, it's like, it is a part of her. It's just like, she just showed me like her full self. And I didn't realize like how like special and like, I don't know, like what a gift that was at the time.
Yeah.
I just looked at it like, she loves everybody else more than me, you know, when really like, I just was like her safest person.
It was the reverse, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Truly.
So lots of night fights, and Chandler one time was like he literally, I don't know if I'm
He said, you guys fight like an old married couple.
literally,
Stop, and you guys were like,
literally.
Like you'd think you guys were in a relationship or
Yeah.
something.
But
He's
that
like-
was before.
And
Was that- oh,
he's
so-
like, if I didn't know you were married, I think you were a couple. And I was like, what? I mean, like flattered, but also like,
you're like, what?
no, like,
Yeah.
And then at the time, like I was so not willing to admit like certain parts of myself and her too, like just very like, no, that it was like, I felt like when I talked to him, you know how you have conversations that like haunt you where you're like, I like got so awkward and like, so like, no, you know,
Yeah.
like where then I was like, oh my God, now I do seem like I'm a lesbian. Like, you know, like at the time, like I just was like, I need to stop talking. But he never made me feel weird about it. And even
No.
when I saw him after, like he came up to
Yeah.
us and was like so loving
nice.
and kind. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the
I have a
best.
special place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
He loves you guys.
He's-
He's like, they're just so cute. I'm like,
Gosh, so nice.
Yeah.
You guys really are like a hot
you
couple.
are. You're very hot.
That's nice.
That is nice.
Individually and together.
Yeah.
It's a lethal combo, you guys.
We're gonna not fight this.
Yeah, we should say thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you guys.
It's weird being really this happy. Like
Yeah.
where I feel like so like for me, and I've talked about this like openly, but like just how I looked and just as a woman, you just worry about so much like your appearance and your size. And I just have never been in a place where I'm like, I'm okay. Like, let's go eat or
Yeah.
let's go do this. Like I'm just so happy.
Speaking of like being happy and being comfortable in your body and where you're at now, how do you feel like you got there?
Well, she's looking at me and I feel like she's gonna be like, this is bullshit.
No,
You're
no,
in
it's
your
not. It
body.
can be. It's both. It's
It
and.
is both.
Yeah.
It's and for us, and that's where like we'll talk about this way later. But this whole brand we started with the word and. I really, both of us have felt like, have I arrived? Like I want to get there where like I'm just okay in my body and I'm happy and I'm doing good. And it's the reality is like there's never like an arrival. I did like go to an eating disorder treatment center for like 2 months, whatever. It was like 2.5 months, and that kind of like just at the time it felt like this big like for me like, oh, like I'm getting it, you know. And I look back now and I'm like, oh, like you were just tapping the surface,
Just
of,
the
like,
beginning.
literally like, oh, this was just like your opening, you know. And now I'm just like, what do I show my girls and my boys, especially my girls though, you know, like what am I showing them? I mean, I have girls that are one's 13 and one's turning 12, and it's just like, and a 4-year-old girl too, but it's like I really want to get to a place, and I'm getting there, but of just like, where does my body land? Like how much changing do I need to do before I'm okay? Because the reality is when I was at my quote unquote smallest or like low body fat percentage, and I would say you would agree with this.
Yeah.
like I still was not like happy. I was searching for so much more. If anything, it was just like a form of control, you know, like a use of so much. And I know you guys get it. It's like as a woman, and I can't just say that because I've met a lot of men with the job that we do that struggle with body image and body dysmorphia. But it's like you just use it as a form of control because you don't have control of what else is going on. And then you want that control. And then the outward validation is so validating that you just lean in harder and you're just on this. I used to say to like one of my, okay, I'm going to use this phrase, but like it's not erectile dysfunction. It's ED is eating disorder, which you learn that when you go to treatment.
Yeah.
You know, because everyone's like, you're ED. And I'm like, oh, I can.
You're like, I have erectile dysfunction.
Literally, the first time they said it, I was like, you're like, it's eating disorder. I was like, I know, but doesn't everybody here?
Yes.
Function. Anyway, when I struggled, like, I would say that, like, and I think thousands, I would say millions of people have disordered eating. There are versions and it varies. When you're in that thick of that eating disorder, it's like that part of you is in charge. You know, you are not like your higher self. It's like that person is in charge. You will do anything for that part of you to feel like pleased and comfortable. Like I remember days being every day, and we were really good friends at the time. Like my days varied on how that part was feeling. So if I felt good in my body, I was having a great day. If I felt like shit in my body, I was a bitch to everybody, my kids, my ex, like my friends, like I just thought my life was like the worst. And it's like, we get this life and whatever religion you believe in, whatever your faith is, like being present in the moment now, what you have right now is really all you have.
Yep.
And so to live in a way that's like so like intense and driven off of like outward appearance is just exhausting.
It's exhausting.
So not worth it.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like I've gotten to a place where I'm like, I love my body. It's like, this is the biggest, and when I say that word, I hate that word, but like my body is an uncomfortable body for me right now. And also I really am like leaning into it. Like, hey, this is just what I look like when I eat and work out and live comfortably. I'm not like mutating and changing and I'm doing this because I'm not measuring everything and I'm not obsessed with how much protein. This is just like what my body sits at. And how can I get comfortable in it if I like, how can I talk to people about their bodies all day with the job that we do and not be real with myself on my body? So that's a really long-winded question.
I love it.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible. And I feel like as women, I mean, I have struggled with eating disorder stuff. Like I grew up like that. And so like I fully know that conversation in your head. And it's like, it does rule everything. And to just be in a place where you can just be like, oh, I can breathe a little bit and I'm not listening to that voice in my head constantly is a huge, huge, like amazing place to be.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, Chelsea, do you do certain things to support her as a partner in that space? Like if you notice she's having days where like maybe that voice is a little bit louder, or like, can you like gauge if it's louder or if it's not?
Yes. Okay, well, first, I mean, I didn't know I have an eating disorder.
Oh, wow.
Like, she was like, okay, don't smirk. But she, like, came, it was before you went to treatment. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
No, I know I have one before I went to treatment, but did you say something?
No, okay.
Did you tell her before?
You told me before.
No, we went to dinner with a friend, and this is, now I'm just sounding like a weirdo, but like I just used to watch people eat.
That's part of
Yeah, that's part of
No, but that's the control
for sure
that comes with all of that. So it doesn't sound weird. And I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah, I think like we just do that. We're observing, we're comparing. And so I go to dinner with these two girls who talk about eating or want to go out to eat. And at that time, for me, going to restaurants was like extremely stressful. It was like, I would look at the menu before, I would know what I was going to order. And I'm 6 kids deep at this point. Like, I mean, I've been doing this since high school, and we go to dinner. So I'm like, I know what I'm going to eat. They order massive plates and neither of them touch them. Like pick. And I sound like a total psycho, but I was just like,
enamored.
You're like, I see you.
Yeah.
It is. It's like you can pick out who has an eating disorder.
Hey, but it's so weird because I think we have different aspects. Because I've never had
Well, it looks different.
It looks different, yes. But like, so the looking at what people eat and stuff like that, I think you were, tell me if I'm wrong, paranoid that I was watching what you were eating.
Yes.
And I was like, I still don't do that. Like and I don't recognize that I'm not eating what I'm supposed to be eating. You know what I mean? Like,
Totally.
so none of that is even on my radar. I think my whole thing, I think I was very fixated on having the ideal body or whatever. I think naturally, just genetically, I don't have to do a
You're
lot.
very
Yeah.
young.
So like from a young age, I've always been validated on my body. And so I think getting married or just, you know, like really leaned into that and just keeping that physique, I put pressure on myself to do that. There's outside pressure from everybody, but obviously our own pressure comes from ourselves. She's gonna make face. Anyways, so it's just, I did not know though. Even in our friendship, before I realized I had an eating disorder, like you were pretty open with it. And I've been really close with a lot of people with eating disorders my whole life. So I like, that is second nature for me. Like just being like, oh, I can tell like something's not okay. You don't feel beautiful. And even not in a lesbian way, but I think I've always been able to like support. I've never had like a jealousy thing. It sounds like it's like, now that I've come out, it sounds like in the future, like.
No, but we can resonate with that, like supporting women and feeling good about themselves. It's not a lesbian thing. It's
just being
empathetic.
Like, you look
like,
incredible. Yeah. Like you are working your ass off and you don't need to be so hard on yourself. And that has nothing to do with attraction, you know? And that's how it started with us. Like I was just, it's so weird. And I don't know if it's because I was around it so much growing up, but it's like, I can see it in people's face and it breaks. It's like really hard for me to like see it in other people. So I think when she told me I had it in me, I was like, no, I don't.
But because you've worked so hard to make other people feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of pride yourself on, no, that I don't have what you have. I'm helping you get over what you have, right? But we are all mirrors of each other.
Yes.
You attracted each other in the space of your life that you were in. And you had certain qualities that like, you know, hence the passion and the arguments and the requiring each other to be seen and to show up as your best selves. Yeah. So like, it's because she loves you, obviously. But I can understand how that would feel like offensive.
Oh, I needed to hear it. I think I really needed to hear it. So I think even now it's like good. I think part of me feels bad because it wasn't the same as hers. Like it's on a different level. But
you're saying that she feels like she can't claim an eating disorder because of how intense some people's eating disorders are.
Yes.
But that pretty much explains her entire life. Like, I would say that for you, you put yourself in the corner, you put yourself below because everything to you is like, no, someone has it worse. They're experiencing that worse than I am. And you want to, it's like her caretaker part. It's just like, you want to make someone else feel amazing.
I think that's also part of like, religious
for sure.
Like you don't have so bad everything's fine.
And we've talked about this before on the podcast though, because we've talked about comparing like traumas and like even Brittany, like when we did our grief episode was like, I don't feel like I can speak on that because you've had it harder. I'm like, no, everyone's hard is hard. That's it. And so you get to give yourself grace and the same grace that you give everybody else because it is still challenging, even though it doesn't look like M's, you know? Or it doesn't look like my story or Britt's story. Like, you know, you still had stuff that you had to go through that shaped you and that was hard.
100%. And I think she was so good at like making me realize that. So I think we both do it for each other. She always is like, and it's weird being with a woman because you get it in a totally different way, you know? So
that sounds kind of nice, actually.
Pretty great.
Honestly, I'm like, wait, because your friends are like, my girlfriend should get it.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's, you know,
like as moms.
Yes.
All of it. Yeah. There's just a level of like empathy and compassion you can give each other because you're kind of experiencing it maybe in different ways, but you're experiencing it, you know.
Well, and just appreciating like what women's bodies go through. Like, men just won't understand that ever, you know, having children and going through the pregnancy and the hormones and now perimenopause.
I've recently heard about that. Like, really another thing, no matter how supportive and attentive a man or your husband or partner is, they've never gone through it. They never will. They cannot experience it in the same way. So it's just different.
In the same way we can't understand men. I know there's so much stuff. But it's just, it is nice, I think, because I can just like feel it and be like, everything's gonna be all right.
She just spots the bullshit before. She'll be like,
but
that's not what you're about.
But it's hard
Yeah.
because I think we do, like how she was talking earlier, like trying to find, like, I know she feels that way. Like that is her. So when it gets into the, like, I don't like my body, like this morning or right now in this moment, you know, it is just shifting back to like who she really is. And like just knowing that's a part, and that's going to be there forever. I think anybody
It's a
that struggled
muscle
with
you
an
have to
eating
work
disorder,
through.
yeah, it's always going to be in the back of your head. Oh, I don't know anybody that's
I agree.
gotten rid of it completely, but just like knowing that's a part and that's not real, and then shifting back to like, because when you are in this position, like where you love your body and love yourself, it's like everybody around you can feel that, and everybody it rubs off on people literally.
Yeah.
And there's not so much competition or stress or.
Well, and like, I mean, you guys have known us for a while. It's just like, I like knew Brecken before, but you both have seen us in like a teaching aspect, like working with women and men. But like a lot of the work we do is with mainly women. And it's like teaching in gyms, which is so funny. I feel like as a side note, like our job, sometimes we're like, you just teach group fitness and strength classes or whatever, small group training or personal training. But the people that we're working with are fucking lawyers, doctors. I mean, like really well off, successful, like high up in the chain of whatever, like the world we live in. And they have bad body image. So we're in this setting, right? And you're like, okay, am I just like spewing bullshit out of my mouth? Or do I actually believe like what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Am I telling these people like, you're amazing, you're strong, just where you are right now is where you need to be? But then I go home and I'm like, I'm so gross. I hate my body. It's like so a word I learned while I was in that treatment center that I went to was like congruent. And I like kind of started doing something with that word like a few years ago. And then things have kind of shifted. But congruency, like in your life, like alignment with who you are and the way that you talk and the way that you live matters. And I think that's where, I mean, talk about like religious trauma, like some stuff that I have a hard time with is like speaking one way, saying you're doing this thing, but then living this other way. It's like, wait, where's the authenticity? Like authenticity? Where is like the line of like, how congruent am I? And for a long time, I lived very incongruently. And I can own that, admit that, like a lot of years, like 15 of just looking away, acting away, being away, and then that not being actually who I am. So I think like our job sometimes feels really like insignificant and just feels very like a check bar like box or like just something that someone does in their day. But the reality is like the way that everyone views themselves like affects how they treat everybody else around them.
1,000,000%.
Right. So when you're working with people and they come in and they feel like shit about themselves or they're like off, it's like that affects their entire world around them. And us being able to just like give to people a little bit of like, hey, I never want to come off to someone like, I'm so sorry you're going through that. Like, that's really hard. It's like, dude, I feel that too. I get that, you know? And I think we all do. If we could all just say that to each other.
But, and Chelsea, that's why the space that you're in is so perfect. It's like we talked about with my daughter and navigating the grief. Like, you get it. You're not just a trainer who's sitting there naturally hasn't ever struggled, which I don't know anybody who's never struggled. But like, you can literally say, I know how you feel. I still work through it, but we're going to show up for ourselves anyways. And we're going to keep fighting. And like, that's why what you do matters way more than you think. And even on the hard days, the fact that you're still showing up is everything.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we all feel that.
Yeah.
In motherhood and everything.
Yeah.
Our careers, being partners, like I don't think we're ever going to fully feel settled. I think we're always going to yearn a little for something. And I think that's probably the point. We're supposed to continue to grow. But like learning to love you in every single phase, like you're showing that, you know, you're doing that.
I feel that so much of like the showing up aspect, you know, it's like doing it anyway, like doing it when it's hard. Just being able to be like, we talked about this earlier too, like laugh about it when it's a little dark and make light of stuff when it's like, hey, like every person here is like going through something. I mean, I know you guys have been through this too. It's just like, I have cried in so many workout classes or movement classes, like where I just have been brought to like an emotional space. And it's like, that process of like allowing yourself to feel it and like digging deep. And then with the people who feel safe to you in that moment of like, not camaraderie, but like, hey, like I see you, I feel you. It's just like, those are like, that's what being human is.
Yeah.
It's a whole experience.
It is. And I feel like, especially in the space you're in, you're like a role model, both of you guys. Like women look to you and they're like, oh yeah, like I want to be like that, especially in like a training atmosphere. And the fact that you can say like, oh no, like my shit hit the fan and I'm still like moving my body, or like, this is what happened today with my kids and I'm still here moving my body, and you can be real about stuff and not even just moving your body, just showing up in life in general. I think that's huge because like in our society, it's not talked about enough. Like really hard things are not talked about enough because, and I've struggled with this in like with my business. I'm like, well, I'm struggling with this. I have to put on a brave face, or I'm like, well, I'm not qualified because I'm struggling with it. But I think that really actually makes you more qualified.
100%. Yeah.
And I think that's huge that you guys can talk about like your mistakes and like things you're going through, because it gives people permission to show up authentic and in congruency.
Yeah.
Because they have that role model, you know?
Yeah.
So that's huge.
Well, but isn't it crazy that like, I've never been like in a workout setting where we talk about eating disorders or we talk about, I mean, this is one, but abuse, you know, is a huge part of that, you know? And also like she just said, like, this is also the biggest body I've ever been in, and just showing up, because guess what? It's just a body. Like you cannot change what's inside. But I think like just showing people like, in the same thing, like when they are having time, be like, that is your body. Like it can change at any second. You can get an accident, you can never work out again. Is that like what defines you? You know, just changing. And it's been hard. She and I, it's been hard, honestly, to like live the way I talk, to be like, it doesn't, your body is great, but move because you want to, not because you want to look a certain way, to be this type of body that your body was never meant to be in the first place. But torturing yourself mentally and physically to be that way. Anyway, so I think it's been like a lesson for both of us, just actually walking the walk of like showing up and doing it while we tell other people to do it.
Which is crazy. Like when I hear you say, obviously it lands different when you believe it. So I'm going to say it and it probably won't land for you, and that's fine. But like when I hear you say that, I'm like, what are you talking about? You look incredible. But I love the realness. I love the authenticity. I love that you're showing up, and I love that you're speaking about it, because I think aesthetically you both are beautiful, but like your souls are more beautiful. And when you're being authentically you, it shows. And I think that's what makes somebody beautiful. It's not their body.
No.
You can have the most beautiful physique, but the ugliest inside.
100%.
You know?
But what's crazy, and I tell her this all the time, I was like, you look better than ever too.
Yeah, you look phenomenal. Truly.
Nice.
Way sexier than you've ever been.
Yeah.
But right? Like all the time. So when she gets down, I'm like, that was a sick body. That was a you not eating, you doing everything. Like you can see it in her face.
You
like
were unhappy.
Like her body, I don't know. So same thing. I feel the same way when she talks about it.
Yeah. Like I think that is, what all of you are saying, it's just like, there is like a level of like beauty that comes, which I had a really hard time understanding like before, of like, you look at actors or actresses, you're like, why do I like certain actors, or why do I like certain actresses? Like they may have like jacked up teeth, or like their body's not amazing, but it's like you're drawn to their like
energy.
It's like magnetic, you know? And I think back to like myself at times when I like could say like, this is my body at its best, blah, 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 whatever. But it's like my energy I was like a fucking skeleton, like a walking, and not like looking at it, but like inside, like a walking like zombie of just like hating life. Like I used to like not want to go to bed at night because I could not do another day. And I mean, yeah, just like so many dark things. So
I'm curious how your spirituality and that journey has affected like all of that, because you say energy, and it's like, really, when you're happy, and you guys, I can tell you're both happy, like you're shining, you really do shine different. You like glow different from the inside out.
Yeah.
So like, has your spiritual like awakening had anything to do with like your relationship with your body and all of that?
Yeah, I think that, and I think it's tricky too. We talked about this before we came in. It's nerve-wracking for both of us. I don't know if that's everybody, but specifically us, like I never want to make someone else feel like I'm dumping on their religion or like their journey or how they feel in religion. And a way that it was like said to me with a therapist that I was working with was like, your brain, your personality, your scope, how you view things. My reality in a religion, like a specific religion, was very like boxed. So for me, which I know I cannot be the only one, but for me, it was like, this is where you fit. And if you don't fit in this, you are not enough. One, you're fucking going to hell. You're fucking damned. I mean, literally, like
Damned with hell.
Literally, the amount of like times that I would leave certain situations and just like sob or ruminate over like things that were said. I'm like, he's gonna look at me. He's not gonna let me in. I mean, I used to have dreams.
I mean, the kid locked out, just banging on the door.
Banging on the gate. You're like,
You guys, like seriously, like I had dreams.
This fits her personality.
So perfect.
Very imperfectionist, very OCD. But it's like God was like, you didn't do enough. Sorry, like next. And I like that really, like the trauma that caused inside of me, and like the more that I just gritted, like I grit my teeth when I think about it, because it's like, oh no, I'm gonna get fucking in, and I'm gonna be fucking perfect at it, and that body was a part of that.
It was a projection of every dynamic of your life.
I'm gonna look perfect. I'm gonna model like this perfect behavior. I'm gonna have the perfect family.
You have all the children they tell me to have.
I'm literally test out as many kids as I can.
And then I'm gonna look fantastic after. No, literally.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm like, it's like I'm
gonna do it when I'm 17.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be walking to graduation.
I'm walking around being pregnant, and I'm gonna be tiny.
Yeah.
And then it's like, and then it's also like, I hate to even admit this, but I would look at other people's situations, and all I could see is like, okay, well, mine are closer in age, and like I was very critical of.
Well, you can admit it, Em.
It's so ugly to me, like that part of me. But it was like, I'm gonna be smaller, and my kids are closer, and my house is cleaner, and I'm gonna look this way, and I'm gonna mop my floors, and I'm only out on the weekends. Like everything was just revolving, and all of it fit into this. Like I remember sitting in I know we're talking about religion, but like I grew up Mormon.
Yeah.
I remember sitting in a sacrament meeting, and I had 5 kids. I was pregnant with my 6th, and there was this beautiful musical number, and I was really like touched by it. And then the bishop got up right after, and he's like, if only I could change the lyrics and I won't talk about the song, but if I could change the lyrics and say like, did I do enough? And he wanted to change the wording. And I remember leaving that and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not doing enough. Like I could be doing more. Like, am I doing enough for God? Am I doing enough for the Savior? Like, am I doing enough? And for me, every single day I could end the day and be like, no, you did not do enough. Like you could have done more. And that is like, if I think about my kids feeling that way, that like breaks my heart, but that's how I lived since I was 17 and got married, like as a senior in high school. It was like nothing I did was ever enough, and letting go of that. And for me, it just meant leaving. Like I have this is my life. Like I have a really hard time in the middle of learning, but that pendulum is like huge for me. So her and I talked about this a ton, because her experience, which like, I'm sure she'll talk about, is like, she was able to, not to speak for you, but tell me to stop, but was more like, please, what can I do to like just do enough to get by? And for me, it was like, I gotta like, beat the front, like the race, and letting go of that. Like I can breathe. Like I did not realize how suffocated and like dying. Like I feel like I was dying. Yeah. Like, literally that slow, painful death of like, this is my life. This is my rat race. This is all I have to give. This is all I have to do. And like, so sad. I'm so liberated by that. And I've said this before, but that doesn't mean I don't believe in like spirituality or higher power. And I had to figure that out, because when you leave, you're kind of like, well, can I believe God?
Where do I stand now?
Yeah. Or am I allowed to still believe in something bigger, even if I don't go to a set church? And that's been like hard for me, but I'm figuring it out.
Yeah. I think it's just a series of figuring it out. And honestly, I don't think we'll ever figure it out.
No.
I think it's really just like you take what resonates and leave what doesn't.
Yeah.
I can totally relate to that.
Yeah. Or like my kids are still like in Mormon religion with their dad. So at my house, when we first separated, I was like, Like I was so upset.
Mm,
And that was just like me where I was at, you know?
sure.
And it made me laugh the other day. Like, anyway, one of my kids was like, we should say prayer. And I was glad they could say that because I think in the last few years in the past, I don't know if they would say that to me because they knew how I felt.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, let's say a prayer. And they were like, okay, well, do you want to say it? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, let's say it.
Like, how do I start
And
this?
yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I was like, dear God.
Yeah.
I just,
Dude, starting
Yo,
my career.
yo, what up, God?
yes.
It's me.
When I left, I feel like that was one of the hardest things. It's like figuring out how to talk to God
Yes.
out loud or talk
Yes.
to like a higher
Yes.
power. I'm
Yes.
like, this feels awkward. Like I'm like, hello,
Yeah.
hello there.
For the knock.
Is anyone there?
Blink twice if you can.
Yeah.
No,
Literally.
You guys hold hands too?
I make
love
them
it.
hold hands.
I love that.
There's no right or wrong way
Yeah.
to talk to a higher power.
There's no
not.
right or
Yeah, I
wrong
was
way.
saying the whole hands and I was saying prayer. And I was like, I hope they have a kick-ass team. My oldest was like, really? It's like, oh yeah. And I'm saying it how I want to say it. There are no rules when we pray.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
But
Which is how it should be, in my
Yes.
opinion.
Yeah.
Well,
Honestly.
what's cool, like we just traveled this last week to multiple countries, and I'm just like, to see the different religions and the different, like, it's like, how dare any of us say that we're right, you know, or that somebody else is wrong? Like, there's so many
Yeah.
different ways to live, worship.
It's
Like,
true.
and there are things that have been here longer than,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's just,
And guess what? Everybody gets to do what works for them.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I was just talking about this the other day with Josh's sister because she had asked me, she was like, do you go? I'm like, yeah, I grew up going, right? So we go into this whole dynamic, but I was like, you know, I'm in this complex space now in my life where I'm figuring it out. And I'm just honestly really about being a good person. And I think that's what God cares about. And I think at the end of the day, there's truth in so many different things. And if you don't believe that, that's not my problem.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a better way. I don't want to say that, but I think that's what served me the most is just allowing people to be on their own journeys and figuring out mine, because I think you can find light and truth and love in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I think like the religion I grew up in, I was not as intense as she was, so I was like had a very chill experience.
Yeah, that was me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Mormons, any religion, and Mormon is the same. So I don't ever want to come across as bashing.
Yeah.
That's a religion that everybody gets to choose to be a part of. And so I don't, and you said this earlier, like, I don't ever want to come across as saying that anything that anybody's doing wrong. In the same way, I don't want anybody telling me what I'm doing is wrong, you know? So just
Yeah.
respecting where everybody's at and your journey,
Yeah.
like what you're saying.
Well, and I also think that like just because it doesn't serve you,
Mhm.
there's a lot of people we love because we all grew up
Oh.
in religious households that still practice it. And so,
Respect them and love them so
Yeah.
much.
yep, there's an appropriate way to talk about, because you get to talk about your journey too and your experience, because
Yes.
that was your experience.
Yes.
And it's okay if your experience sucked. And you get to talk about that.
Yeah.
And you can do it in a classy way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we do want to talk about, because you guys have started a really cool, I keep calling it a movement because it is. It's just like, it's just awesome.
Yeah.
But like, you both have fitness backgrounds. You both have a lot to pour into what you've created from your own experiences. Tell us about And Movement and like how it started and what it is and what you see for, like, all of it, because it's so cool.
We've talked about doing something, you know, even in there, we've worked out together for 10 years. That's how I first saw her. And
Mhm.
I can like still see the day I first saw her. Yeah.
Aw.
I know. No, stop. Anyway.
Okay, but was it instant where you're like, she's like attractive to me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think anybody that sees Emily
It's
thinks
true.
that. Yeah.
For sure.
It's true.
No,
She's
it's
just
true.
a noticeable human. I
You
just
are.
remember her walking from the back of the room to the front and being like, so we were secretly competing.
You're
Okay,
like-
this is good. Yeah.
I
But
know.
she was in the front of the class and I was in the back of the class always. And I was secretly competing with her. I was like,
No, I feel like you guys for sure were, because you guys always kicked all of our asses every time.
It is so funny hearing her experience versus mine. But yes, okay.
anyways.
I'm like, sure.
We've worked out together for years. So I don't know. It's just so weird. Like we naturally, even when we started Training Sane,
Mm-hmm.
at Training Sane, we had to run it together for a while alone.
Yeah, when she had her baby.
Yeah.
So we think completely different, but it complements each other. Like
Yeah.
I'm so scatterbrained. She's got it together, but then on
Yeah.
different areas, anyways.
Yeah, we really, in a weird way, I mean, we fight. Like, I laugh so I grew up in a household with more contention than my ex did.
Mhm.
And so when I got married to my first, like, husband, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm terrible. Like I fight, I'm loud, like I'm everything. Talk about religion, like everything bad. You know, you're not supposed to be contentious and peace, none of that. Her and I have a way of like, and this is without like sexually or anything. It's just like the way that we communicate. It's like we have these really intense moments, and we are, as friends, we're able to like loop back and be like, okay, I see what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I see your vision. Let's do this. And we kind of have this way of like moving well together. If you've ever seen us teach together, or like anyone that has, like, we just, it's like, I'm not patting ourselves on the back, but we just kind of flow well.
But you should, because you do.
Yeah.
You do.
Like,
It's very natural.
Obviously, after we got together, we need to make money.
LOL. Well, it's more
That's
just
the,
like,
yeah.
The
Unfortunately.
Mormon housewife narrative.
Yeah, that's the
How
one.
you're like, wait a second.
okay.
What trade can I do in 6 months to go get? That's what I did. I'm like, esthetician, sure, cool. You know.
100%.
Yeah.
Also, it is so much bigger than that. I mean, we're not making money doing it right now, and it feels like it
We get
fuels
that.
both.
Yeah.
It's something that we are both so passionate
buzz.
about. Yeah.
You know?
It's a dopamine hit.
And it's not something that we're like, oh, we have to go do it. It's like we are amped on this because we talked about names forever. So we talked about this earlier. Like, social media is such a free way to market. And honestly, it's hard for both of us to like put ourselves on a social media. I think that's hard for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I would say that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, you're putting yourself out there, and it's like you don't want to come off as fake or like, oh, like we don't want to appear overly happy, because it's like we do have 9 kids between the two of us. It is a shit show half the time. Good Lord. I mean, anybody that has kids knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't want to come off as like, oh, we're just living our best lives. It's like, no, it's hard being divorced. It's hard having like a family. It's hard.
And then you're blending.
Co-parenting.
Hard too.
Oh, hard co-parenting. It's hard making a living.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you do that in a way that's like authentic and reaches people? And then we still want to talk about this huge thing of like what we just, it's like everything is and. Like there is no, I am this, I am that. It's like you are this and you are that. You are so happy and okay. And also you're kind of not okay a lot of the time. There's never, I am this, period. It is always more and that's why like the word, like we were trying to think of something to start this, and we were like working out, which is hard for us to do right now because we teach so much. So we barely get to work out together because all we do is teach. So we're like working out in the garage, and it's just like, and like, that's the name of it. And it's just like, we want people to come into a space where they feel like where I'm at is enough. It's just where I'm at. I'm arriving. I'm here. Like, whether I'm postpartum or never had kids, can't have kids. I'm a guy who can't get married. I want a girlfriend, whatever, you know, like man, woman, anything they're going through, we want them to come into our space and feel just like really good in their body.
And it doesn't matter how you move in that room. Like you said at the beginning, it was like, you want to lay down and cry for 45 minutes? Great.
Yeah.
So please. Oh my God, I want to do that sometime.
100%.
You want to go full send? You're feeling amped? Great. Whatever energy you're bringing into the room. Like it doesn't, there's no right, no wrong.
It's that and. It's
Yeah.
they both can exist.
Right.
Yes.
Or like, I don't know. I know you all have gone to therapy. It's like one thing that I learned in therapy in the very beginning. Every time I would talk, every time I would say but, he would say and. And I was like, and I won't say the same thing, but like, I'd be like, okay, I get it. But it is an and. It's not a but.
Everything is and.
Everything is and. And the reality is like, there are times in both of our lives where we've showed up and we're like these super intense, go full throttle, go all out. And now we're in a place where we're like approaching life a little bit differently, finding like a slower. I just read a quote today that was like, I don't want people to remember me as someone that was like, and I'm always busy and I'm always tired. I'm always overwhelmed. And sometimes because of the nature of our life of like, I have 6, she has 3, we're blending this group. We always come off as this, like, we joke about it. We put ourselves at the brunt of the joke. Because
I know. When I invited you to our thing, I'm like, guys, we'll take the Brady Bunch.
Exactly. Right? We just throw it out there first because we want to like get ahead of it.
Yeah.
And the reality is like, no, like I love our life. I love where we're at. And there's space for anybody who's feeling any sort of way in their life to show up like in our workout setting. I don't even like to call it a workout. It is a movement.
It's a movement.
Like in our movement, like where we're just like, you're here and where you're at is right where you're supposed to be, even if it's uncomfortable. It's like, you're just where you're at and the timing of your life is right now. And I mean, like adopting that mentality is really hard.
Yeah.
But we want to help people do that.
It's that whole walk the walk.
Yeah.
You know, it's uncomfortable, but like it benefits everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
And I can feel how passionate you guys are about it. Like it's so aligned. Even when you both talk about it, it's like so expansive. It is a movement. The energy of it is huge and it's incredible.
No, that means a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you love this episode as much as we've loved freaking chatting. It was so fun.
Yeah, we need to do like a sequel.
We do. Yeah,
We'll do a continuation
part 2.
series.
Yes.
Yeah, we're just going to continue because we could have talked for hours.
Yeah.
So anyways, thank you guys for being here. You both are beyond beautiful inside and out. So just,
glowing.
you know, you really are. Like, I love you both so much and you have so much to give to this world. And I'm so proud of you guys for just leaning in and choosing to shine regardless of all to hate us. So
All to hate us.
You know.
And you know there's some.
There's a lot of haters. There are.
you just be you, boo.
Yeah.
But seriously, we love you guys. And I can't wait to see just you two as a couple grow, but this movement grow. And I will be at the next event.
Yes.
I will not
And
be.
movement. Where can we find you
Anyways,
guys on like socials and stuff?
Okay. Yeah. So we're on Instagram right now. It's andmovement.co. I know TikTok is cool. We're getting there. We need
It's
time,
okay.
but we will have a TikTok eventually.
Yeah.
Our next event is October 18th. It's a date night, girls' night, just night out. It's a
We should make
Saturday.
the guys come.
We should.
You should. It's from 6 to 8 p.m.
Okay.
There'll be some merch. There'll be like a movement. And I use that word in place of workout because I just don't like the word workout. So there'll be like a movement like thing we're doing. And then there'll be drinks after.
Okay.
Yes.
It's gonna be
Awesome.
So
Well, we'll just like tag it or post
Yeah,
it.
we'll post it or we'll
Anyway.
we'll link it.
please
Yeah.
do.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
guys are the best.
Love you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks for having us.
Bye.
And that's a wrap on today's episode. We hope that you felt seen, heard, and maybe even a little empowered. If you loved today's combo, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your girls. Let's keep this Soul Tide community growing. Until next time, stay true, stay bold, and most importantly, stay you. Love you, mean it. Bye.